Hello and welcome back to another video today here again on Gran Turismo 7 to take a look at the third car from update 1.13, which is of course the Suzuki Cappuccino from 1991, which unfortunately we couldn't test out alongside the others the other day because it wasn't yet available. So it is now available from the used car dealer for a rather reasonable 20,000 credits and is, well, the latest addition to Gran Turismo in the K car category. For those who don't know, they are basically tiny Japanese cars below a certain size and engine capacity, which is a regulation that's been revised a few times. So in 1991, when this car was made, the maximum length allowed was 3.3 meters, maximum width 1.4 meters, and maximum height 2 meters. They were also had to have a maximum engine size of 660cc with a maximum power output of just over 63 horsepower. This Cappuccino being just under those regulations with a 657cc engine producing a massive 62 horsepower, so just under that 63 that they're allowed. It starts here in Gran Turismo at 292.35 pp. So, well, let's take it to the only circuit suitable to drive one of these and race it against some other K cars. So here we go then for a 3-lap race around Tsukuba in the Cappuccino against a whole selection of other K cars. So there's a really cool feature here in Gran Turismo which I didn't actually realise, where you can set a completely custom grid with any cars from your garage. So I've done that here with a whole selection of K cars plus a Bath and a Fiat, which sort of fit within the K car regulations, although not specifically built to fit them like the rest of the cars here. Thought it would just be kind of fun to have a couple of other oddball small cars out here. Did consider using the Mini, but I think that is slightly over the power that these things would have had, and mine is modified, so yeah, that wouldn't have been too fair. But yeah, we've got some other Cappuccinos here. We've got the new Honda S something or other, the really old Honda S800, and I think there's only one missing, the sort of older new Honda, if that makes sense. There's a Honda that's sort of the same age of the Cappuccino in here as well, which I don't yet own, so that's the reason that isn't out on the grid. But the rest of these is quite a nice selection. I have got it on Pro difficulty, because otherwise Gran Turismo is not, Honda, all that difficult. Shall we have a quick flick to interior cam? Yeah, really have to rev this thing. But yeah, this is really the only suitable circuit for this, being a nice, tight, twisty Japanese track. It's perfect for this. This should be a daily race in only these. Let's take a bit of a run from exterior as well. 3 laps will be kind of a long race in this. Try not to lose any traction at the back, because this is all about momentum really at this speed, which usually I'm not too bad at being quite careful with. We're about to take this Daihatsu Copen for 3rd place. Got another little Cappuccino in 2nd, which started on pole, so the Honda has somehow overtaken him and pulled away a little bit. Come on. Okay, up into 2nd. Let's get back to bonnet view to try and catch up, take the lead. But yeah, these are great fun, these little things, in reality and in Gran Turismo. Well, everyone who's driven them in reality seems to say they're great fun. This is the sort of thing we like doing on Gran Turismo. One make races, or one category races almost, in slow cars. Even more fun if it was online, because obviously AI aren't the most difficult here on Gran Turismo. Apart from this guy in 1st, we're flying ahead. But hopefully by the end of the lap we can have taken the lead to win the race. Come on, little Cappuccino. There we go, I think we've got the run on him here. Like I said, AI aren't that difficult given they're on professional. They have been more challenging than this in career mode, having said that. Here in arcade, they don't seem any more difficult than they were. somehow getting the back kicking out there. But I think what we should do, as we head along the final straight to finish this race off, is, well, after we finish this, head over to the customization shop and see what we can do with the Cappuccino before possibly coming back and doing another race, or at least showing you what it looks like in its modified state. Okay, so after quickly throwing some upgrades on and going to the custom shop where I fitted a wide body and a small little wing on the back, as well as changing the paint colour and all of that sort of stuff, we're now trying the Japanese FR450 Cup, which is recommended for cars of 450 performance points, which is roughly what we're going to be up against, and this has been modified to just above that at 460, with a tiny bit of weight reduction and some added power, including a turbocharger, some slightly better sports tyres, and a few other bits and pieces to make it a little bit faster and a little bit better handling to keep up with, well, these sort of things. MX-5s, Supras, things like that. Anyway, let's get back to hood view so we can try and actually win this one. It's a career mode event that I haven't yet done, so taking that off at the same time. You can probably vaguely hear the turbocharger. It's a little bit whooshy. But yeah, a rather faster 3 laps probably. It's nice that it's a slightly different time of day. Anyway, we seem to have very easily got up to 2nd place. Well, I'm not sure what that is in 1st, but it appears to have pulled quite a gap. This should be fairly easy given we're a bit above the recommended performance points, but that's not always entirely accurate, and sometimes AI are known to be slightly above what they should be. Anyway, let's try to catch up to the lead. Yeah, no, it feels good to drive actually. It's a little bit oversteery, so maybe I haven't put quite as good tyres as I could have done, but it's not uncontrollable. It's a fun amount of the back kicking out. But yeah, I think it looks rather good in the colour shift purple. The little lip spoiler, I didn't go for the mad. It's a sort of Toyota Supra looking wing. Which I always think look a bit weird. But yeah. Right, on to the final lap. We've just got to get past Toyota GT86, which is very similar to one of the other cars added in this, well, 2 of the other cars added in this update, that are both, of course, BRZs. Making this by far the coolest and most interesting car from the first content update. But yeah, I do love this little thing, but again, it's this being the most exciting car in the update, it's not saying much. I love the Cappuccino, but 2 BRZs and a sort of copy of a track we've already got is not the most exciting, but like I said in the first look at the update video, it is good to see they're starting to add more content, and as with Sport, the first update is not that huge, so potentially we'll be getting more cars and circuits next time they add some content, which is always something to look forward to as we cross the line and win the race. So there we go, that is going to be all for a first look at the little Suzuki Cappuccino here on Gran Turismo 7. Like I say, a little bit disappointing that this is kind of the most exotic car in the update, if you like. I love it, but only 3 cars and this being the most exciting is a little bit disappointing. But as I said with the first look at the update, it is the first update on Gran Turismo 7. We saw a similar pattern with Sport, that the updates then sort of got better after the first one and we got more stuff. So yeah, overall not a bad little first content update. we have had updates, of course, before fixing some of the bugs and things, but this is the first proper edition of content. But yeah, 2 BRZs that I'm not that excited about, a circuit that's kind of a copy of something we've already had, and then this, which is why this is the most interesting part of the update. But yeah, good to see they're starting to add content, and I look forward to seeing what gets added in the next content update, because like I said, that's likely to have more cars and more tracks. Well, potentially 1 track, but more cars than this update had. But anyway, for now, for a first little look at the Suzuki Cappuccino, that is going to be all. As always, let me know if you've enjoyed this one, because I can make plenty similar videos on lots of hopefully exciting cars that get added in future updates here on Gran Turismo 7. But for today, that is going to be all, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back with the next video very soon.